Hello everyone, this is Dr. K. Amuda, Associate Professor, Department of Physics. In this video, I am going to talk about bending of beams and I am going to calculate the internal bending moment of a beam. Now, let us see first what is a beam. A beam is a rod or bar of uniform cross section, either circular or rectangular in shape, whose length is very much greater than its thickness as shown in the figure. A beam is considered to be made up of a large number of thin plane layers called surfaces placed one above the other. Consider a beam to be bent into an arc of a circle by the application of external couple as shown in the figure. Taking the longitudinal section ABCD of the bent beams, the layers in the upper half are elongated and those which is present in the lower half are compressed. Here if you see above Mn all the layers are elongated and below Mn all the layers are compressed. There is a layer Mn which is not elongated or compressed due to a bending of the beam. This layer is called the neutral surface and the line Mn at which the neutral layer intersects the plane of bending is called neutral axis. It is obvious that the length of the filament increases or decreases in proportion to its distance away from the neutral axis Mn. From the above diagram, we understand the layers below Mn are compressed and those above Mn are elongated, and there will be such pair of layers, one above Mn and one below Mn, experiencing same forces of elongation and compression due to bending, and each pair forms a couple. The resultant of the moments of all these internal couples are called the internal bending moment, and in equilibrium condition this is equal to the external bending moment of the beam. Let us consider a portion of a beam ABCD where AD is a fixed end and BC is a loaded end. Load is applied. Okay. Now consider the section PBCP dash, that is the extended filaments lying above the neutral axis Mn. So Mn is a neutral axis. So AB is a layer which is elongated and CD is a layer which is compressed. Okay. So that is Mn, the layers above the neutral axis are in the state of tension and exerted an inward pull on the filament adjacent to them, those towards the fixed end of the beam. The shortened filament lying below the neutral axis Mn are in a state of compression and exert an outward push on the filaments adjacent to them towards the loaded end of the beam. As a result, tensile and compressive stresses develop in the upper and lower half of the beam respectively. That is, we know that above the neutral axis the filaments are extended and below the neutral axis the filaments are compressed. So above the neutral axis it will have the tensile stress and below the neutral axis it will have the compressive stress and form a couple which opposes to the bending of the beam. The moment of this couple is called as the moment of the resistance. When the beam is in equilibrium position, the bending moment and the restoring moment or the moment of resistance should be equal. To find an expression for the moment of the restoring couple, consider a fiber DC at a distance of R from the neutral axis Mn. Okay. So this is what it means. The DC is at a distance of R from the neutral axis. So here Mn is a neutral axis and DC is a fiber. Okay. Now let us consider the radius of curvature BR and phi be the angle subtended by it at the center. Okay. Now let me plot here. This is actually the capital R. Capital R is the radius of curvature from the center of curvature, which is going to be O, and phi is going to be the angle subtended by the length at the center. Okay. Now, in an unstrained position, the length of the arc M1 will be equal to DC, which is equal to R phi. So, the M1 and DC. So, this is what you mean by the MN, and this is what you mean by DC. Okay. So, M1 and DC will be same in the unstrained condition. Okay. So, that is given by R phi. Okay. Now, in the strained position, that is when you apply the load. Okay. Now, the DC will take an extra distance of R. So, the DC, okay, will take an extra distance of R. So, capital R plus small r is now the new distance, okay, by the DC. So, it is r plus r into phi. So, if you want to find out the length of the arc now, the length of the arc becomes now capital R plus small r into phi. From the above equation, we are going to find out the strain in the fiber DC, which is given by the formula change in length by the original length. Okay. So, what is the change in length? It is the difference between r plus r into phi minus r phi, okay, divided by what is the original length? R phi. When you substitute, on simplification we get r by small r by capital R, which is the strain of the material. Distance from the neutral axis. So, this is what is idea we get from the previous expression. Okay, now let A be the area of the fiber and R be the distance of the neutral axis from the filament. Okay, then the strain produced will be equal to small r by capital R. Okay, now how will you find out the stress? We know that Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. So, what is stress now? Stress will be equal to Young's modulus into strain. So, on substitution of this strain expression, we will get capital Y into small r by capital R. Okay. Now, how will you define force? Force can be defined as, so this is the expression for the stress. Okay. It is nothing but force is equal to stress into area. Okay. So, stress we got the expression. So, when you substitute Y into small r by capital R into A is the area of cross section of the beam. Okay. Now, at last we calculate the moment of the force. Okay. So, what is the expression for the moment of the force? Moment of the force. So, if you write here, I will write moment of force is equal to, which is the force into perpendicular distance. Okay. So, what is the perpendicular distance here? We already mentioned it is R. What is the force? What is the force? We have got the expression now from this here. So, this is the force. So, on substitution, you get back the expression like this. That is, moment of force is equal to Y A into R squared by capital R. As the moment of the forces acting on both the upper and lower half of the section are in the same direction, the total moment of the forces acting on the filaments due to the straining is given to be is equal to summation capital Y small a small r squared by capital R. This is equal to, taking the constants out, capital Y by capital R into summation A R squared will be equal to capital Y by R into Ig, where Ig is the geometrical moment of inertia and is equal to capital A K squared, where A being the total area of the section and K being the radius of gyration of the beam. Therefore, the moment of the forces is equal to Y by R into Ig. In equilibrium, bending moment of the beam is equal and opposite to the moment of bending couple due to the load on other end, okay, or one end. Therefore, bending moment of the beam is equal to Y by R into Ig. The quantity Yig is equal to Yak square is called the flexural rigidity of the beam. Flexural rigidity is defined as the bending moment required to produce a unit radius of curvature. These are the other useful links for your reference. So any doubt in the elasticity, you can refer to this link, and similarly with the cantilever and also with the Young's modulus of the material. Thank you for your patient listening. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.